All right, I'm back with the original setup, and I'm gonna do top 10 fall fragrances. And you know what? A lot of these can still be used during winter as well and during nighttime, but I'm gonna say fall because we're in fall. Let's start with, oh God, one of my first loves right here, by the Fireplace by Maison Margiela. This, if you're a bonfire person, you're gonna love this fragrance. That's probably the reason why I enjoy it a lot, because bonfires, they really relax me, and there's a lot of memories I associate. Those like good times during bonfires that I've had throughout my life. And this smells like burning wood in the opening, and then it dries down to like this vanilla chestnut kind of smell, and it honestly kind of smells like s'mores. But you have to wait for the dry down like after an hour with this scent, okay? Because I know the fire can be pretty intense in the opening. You're gonna be like, wow, I don't get the sweetness. You won't. In the very beginning, you won't. But it's literally like starting a bonfire. You know, it smells a bit smoky, and you're like, okay, then you put the s'mores on it, then you eat it, and you're like, okay, yeah, I'm enjoying this experience. But yeah, this thing lasts easily over 8 hours. I don't know why people are saying that they don't get over 4. Like, this shit performs. I usually get 10 hours with this fragrance. Not a problem. And I do like 3 to 4 sprays of this, but I mean 3 to 5. But I've gotten 10 hours with 4 sprays, with 3 sprays. So, and that's mainly also like 2 of those sprays are on clothes, while one is probably like the back of my neck or something like that. So I have that scent trail going on. But if I do 5, easily over 10 hours. So By the Fireplace by Maison Margiela, that's one of them. The second one is Noir de Noir by Tom Ford. And this is for the people that you don't want a really loud, strong, sweet fragrance, okay? Because I know that a lot of these on the list are gonna be power players. You know, these are scents that are gonna push through the cold. And this one, like, it's really nice in your scent bubble. It smells like dark chocolate, wine, and roses. This is like if you're going to a lounge with your friends and it's just like a welcoming scent. When people hug you and they're like trying to catch up with you and they smell this when they hug you, it's like, oh my God, you smell so good. This is a great signature scent, especially in cold weather. It always shows out, and it's not too loud, it's not too obnoxious, but it stays really nicely within that scent bubble. I do think though, in that first hour, it projects fairly decently. With this scent, I get about 7 or 8 if I'm doing 3 to 5, but this is actually one of those fragrances, those sweet scents that I tend to overspray because I do want to smell it a bit longer, but it can get nauseating to the wearer if you're sensitive to scents, if you overspray it. So 3 to 5 is good for this scent if you just want it cozy. All right, number 3 is going to be Mercedes-Benz Club Black. And this is marketed to men. The first one, unisex completely. The second one, very unisex, but I see more women wearing it because of that rose note. But damn, if a guy were to wear this, incredible. Anyways, this third one here is marketed to men, but I find this one unisex. This pushes out really, really nicely, and this gets a lot of compliments. It's a vanilla benzoin kind of scent, like I've described before. Benzoin is vanilla that can fight, so it's like a naughty nice combination going on here. And I know that there's no booze or any kind of liquor that's noted in this fragrance, but I kind of get a boozy vibe, and I don't know why. I don't know what it is, but yeah, it's a bit boozy with some vanilla. If you've smelled Jazz Club by Maison Margiela, which is actually also another good fall fragrance, I just don't have the full-size bottle of it. It doesn't smell like that at all, right? But then just like a touch of that booziness, just like a drop of it is in this fragrance right here. But this is for the sweet lovers. Like, you want to smell like vanilla, you want people to just be up on your neck, and you want to get that attention. And this thing's like $60. I got it for $60 on FragranceNet. So it's definitely worth it in terms of scent trail projection, longevity. Great fall fragrance right here, number 3. Mercedes-Benz Club Black. But this is in no particular order in general. Okay, number 4, I'm going to go with Spicebomb Extreme by Viktor and Rolf. This is such a baddie. Also marketed to men. But if you like 1899 Hemingway by Histoire de Parfums, and you're a woman, I think that you'll wear this no problem. There's actually a lot of girls that do use this fragrance, and they use the original Spicebomb because it just has that sexiness to it. But tobacco, vanilla, cumin in the opening. And if you've only smelled the original and you're curious, you're like, which one's sexier, the original or this one? In general, according to a majority of the public, I'm talking girls only, they think that the Extreme is sexier, but the original is more versatile. You can use it for more occasions. But yeah, this one just has like, it has that it factor about it that I really, really enjoy. So Spicebomb Extreme. Number 4. Number 5, oh, I don't have that bottle. Hold on. I'm going to go to this one. Side Effect by Initio. This is for the people that are trying to show out, okay? This is for the girls, this is for the guys, this is for anybody. This is such a unisex fragrance. It really doesn't matter who wears it. If you're a girl that sees the word unisex and you're like, oh no, that means it probably has a cologne kind of vibe to it. Or if you're a guy that thinks, oh, if it's unisex, that means that it's too feminine. And I'm like, and girls aren't gonna like it on me. No, you're wrong. You're completely wrong, okay? This scent, I wish I liked wearing it more on myself, but it's just a fragrance that like, I enjoy it on other people because this is a scent that makes you get closer and closer to the person wearing it, okay? If you saw my video with my sister, she was like, if some guy or some girl was next to me, I would just slowly be doing this because it's an addicting scent for sure. This one smells like rum, cinnamon, and I honestly get, like in the opening, like a dried fruit board kind of vibe. A little bit. If you like Straight to Heaven by Kilian, I don't see how you wouldn't like this fragrance. And I think that kind of makes sense because I'm not really too big a fan of Straight to Heaven, even though it's like a top seller for by Kilian. But yeah, Side Effect by Initio easily goes over 12 hours. You have a really nice scent bubble around you. You have a great scent trail when you're passing by people, and it will just perform. I sprayed this on my jacket once and I still smelt it on it like a week and a half later, or 2 weeks later. But don't worry, I wasn't like dirty wearing it. I was just testing it on a sweater and I went back in and I wore it because I was cold and I'm like, oh shit, that's Side Effect. And like, I didn't even have to get close to where I sprayed it. I couldn't even remember where I sprayed it, but the whole thing smelled like Side Effect. So this is number 5, right? So I did 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is 5. Okay, number 6, I'm gonna go with this. Number 6, I'm going to go with Grand Soir by MFK. This is for the amber lovers. If you want an amber vanilla scent, again, totally unisex. Totally unisex. This fragrance gets people laid. People actually wear this scent to get laid, okay? And I'm not making that up. Those are actually the DMs I'll get on Instagram when I talk about this scent. They're like, yeah, I only wear that when me and my husband are about to go at it, or like go at it. And guys also say they're like, yeah, every time I wear this, it never fails with the ladies. So Grand Soir by MFK. My favorite thing about this is kind of the reason the thing I like about this is a reason why I don't like Side Effect, because Side Effect, it really stays like under your nostrils. Even though it does push out, it like can get a bit loud to the wearer, and I kind of get a little bit like, oh, okay, I don't really want to keep smelling this over and over and over again. But with Grand Soir, it really pushes out, and even I've sprayed this maybe 15 times by accident because I was trying to do a take for TikTok and I did 5 sprays, but I didn't like the first 2. So I had 15 sprays of this and I thought, I'm like, oh shit, I'm gonna get sick of it, right? I didn't. All day, it was not an issue for me. And I was kind of like, I still smelt it. Like I would catch whiffs of it when I was just like going about my business, but it didn't irritate me. And on top of that, whenever I entered a room or when I was near people, they're like, wow, you smell nice. You smell cuddly, you smell cozy. It's just a very warm, inviting scent, similar to By the Fireplace, but I think this one's a bit easier to like just because it doesn't have that smoky element to it. It's just like, this is like a big hug. You know what I mean? When people feel like they need that warmth and they're like, huh, I like this. And then you take it a step further, then a step further. So Grand Soir by MFK definitely had to be on this list. thus, have you noticed how I've been talking thus, like why am I talking like that? That's one, that was my 6. Let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So my 7 is gonna be my scent of the day, and it's Naxos by Xerjoff. Look, it's like a beauty queen anyways, like look at its crown, but the Xerjoff thing is down here. This fragrance has grown on me for the second time. The first time I wore this, I was already obsessed. I was like, man, this shit is so good. And then it kind of, I didn't really pull for it as much because I had Layton and I had like the side effect and so many other things that I wanted to test, even this Grand Soir right here. But there's something about this. I got drawn to it again recently, and I have been pulling for this more than anything else within the past 3 to 4 days. This has been the fragrance for me right here. I love the honey mixed with the tobacco here, and I kind of get a little bit of a cherry vibe, which usually I'm not the biggest fan of, like especially with Pure Havane by Thierry Mugler. I don't like that fragrance, but this one is a masterpiece, an absolute masterpiece, marketed to men, marketed to women, totally unisex down the line. I'm telling you, all the unisex ones that I'm mentioning to you guys, or you all, they really are completely unisex. Okay, don't even for a second think you're gonna smell too feminine, too masculine. No, you are gonna pull insane compliments with these fragrances. Naxos easily lasts, on me, when I've sprayed it, easily over 14 hours, for sure. And this is one of those scents that, you know, sometimes when things pull back to your skin and you only smell it like, I don't know, like you'll smell it once in a while on yourself. Like this is just faintly there on myself, but I know others can really smell it. So it still pushes out, but it'll make it like, I know I don't get nose blind to it. I'm like, okay, it's still on me for sure. Definitely. And I enjoy the smell of this right from the start to the finish. There's not a part of this fragrance that I don't enjoy. I'm not like waiting for the dry down because I can't stand the opening or I find it so. Like everything is a 10 out of 10, an 11 out of 10, I'm gonna say. So yeah, I don't know why I get a cherry tobacco vibe, but cherry tobacco, honey, lavender, vanilla scent, so smooth. This is such a Casanova fragrance. This is such an it girl fragrance right here. This is gonna set you apart from everybody else. Please, like, try wearing this on a date. Try wearing it to a function. Even if you're just like going out with some friends, like at night, or like when it's cold like this, or like those pumpkin patches, whatever it is, try wearing this fragrance, man. It's definitely gonna show out. So number 7, Naxos, which is honestly my favorite out of everything I've talked about so far right now, as of October 25th, something like that. God, I don't know what day it is. I don't know what date it is. Okay, so my number 8 is gonna go to Layton by Parfums de Marly. And I can honestly mention the other PDMs, but I want to stick to the full-size bottles that I have right now because I also wanted to throw in Black Opium, but it's not here with me because that thing, it shows out and it gets a ton of compliments. Okay, it's just, it still has that really nice likable DNA. But Layton by Parfums de Marly is a fragrance that more men reach for. So ladies, if you're watching this and masculine scents aren't your thing, or you don't really want to go step in that kind of territory, but if you have like a special man in your life or something like that, then give this a shot. Or a girl that likes masculine scents, give this one a shot because it's definitely going to be worth it. This is one of those fragrances that if you're into designer scents and you're like, I kind of want to take it the next step, you know, I want to wear a fragrance that is still really likable, but it's in the niche category. Parfums de Marly Layton is perfect for that. Absolutely perfect. This smells like apple. It's like a tart, kind of playful apple, if that makes sense. I hope it does, because that's the best way I can describe it. It's like this playful, flirty, tart apple mixed with a sexy cardamom, like a very smirky, like, you know, just kind of that, like, also flirty. God, I guess I could say it's flirty. Naughty, in a sense, like the cardamom's pretty naughty here. And then the vanilla has that sweetness where it's like, okay, it's not like too over the top with trying to be sexy. It also has the cozy vibe to it. And I think that's what makes this such a threat when you're the person wearing it, because it has all those elements perfectly enveloped in one, and that shit is hard to beat. It's really hard to beat. You easily get over 12 hours with this scent for about 2 to 3 sprays. But of course, if you want to spray more because you're actually going out, then yeah. But you really can't go wrong with this. This is a versatile fragrance, perfect for the fall, perfect for the winter, and you could still get away with this in the spring. So yeah, it's gonna come in handy. So that's number 8. Number 9 is gonna be my favorite Montale, because I've only smelled 2, but this is Intense Cafe. This one is, again, unisex for the ladies, for the gentlemen, for anybody in between that just wants to pull great reactions. Okay, I've had messages from women saying that when they've worn this, the men in their office have gone crazy, and they're like, please tell me the name of that scent. I need to get that for my wife. I have, like, my sister's birthday's coming up. That's like perfect. You know, this gets people's attention for sure. And I've also had stories from guys that were like, yeah, I've worn this like at a club and girls were all over me. So I'm like, okay, it's not just me getting those reactions. It's not a one-off. This is something that is also, it's just mass appealing. It truly is. It smells like sweet coffee with fresh rose petals mixed in. And don't think it's an old lady rose. I swear it's not. It doesn't give retirement home vibes. It's just the freshest, like a delicate rose. A delicate rose. And who doesn't like a nice delicate rose? But this scent right here, the dry down is where I like it the most. The dry down is where I get the most compliments, because when people hug me, it's always, they give me that big, like that big whiff where like I'll hug somebody like that and I hear this. I hear like a in my neck and I feel it. And they're like, you smell really nice. And I'm like, thank you. And then they just stay there. And I'm just there rubbing their back. I'm like, thanks. They're like, no, I love this. This smells really good. And it's like, they just close their eyes and they just kind of stay latched to me. And I'm like, great. And I love hugs, so I'm all about it. And I like it. So this thing has never failed to give me a bad reaction ever. Ever, ever, ever. So Intense Cafe by Montale, if you like sweet coffee. The coffee is a little bit synthetic, but in the air, oh, it's super sexy. This is a really sexy fragrance right here. Intense Cafe by Montale. And now let's pick the last fragrance. I know I mentioned Black Opium, but I'm gonna go with... Should I go with Ombre Nuit? Should I? Oh, this is nice, but you know what? Let me go for something... Ladies, I know I mentioned the Black Opium, so I'm gonna have that as like an honorary, or it is a part of this list. I just don't have the bottle with me in my hands right now, but fucking get Black Opium. I'm gonna do the last one as a designer. Dior Homme Intense. Okay, this scent right here, there's a reason why it's super popular. There's a reason why a lot of people want to buy it and they love it so much. It's because it is such a good fragrance. It kind of has a lipsticky vibe to it, I'm not gonna lie, but I believe that that's because it has that iris floral, that it's almost slightly powdery, like a powdery lipsticky scent. And that is honestly kind of comforting for like a lot of girls. Like when they smell that, especially if you're a guy wearing this, they're like, huh, like I usually don't smell that on a guy, and it's intriguing, but it's also sexy at the same time, okay? This is not a scent that you want to test on a test strip. This is a fragrance you want to wear on your skin because it develops really nicely. The video I did with my sister, she did not like this scent on a test strip, but when I've worn it around her and she didn't know what it was, she's always like, I like that. That smells good. So skin chemistry is huge with Dior Homme Intense. I get about 8 hours with this fragrance, so it's solid. It'll still push through in the fall, in the winter, and I know it's marketed to men, but ladies, if you want to try this, I don't see how it would ever be an issue. This thing, to me, doesn't scream masculine at all, okay? It plays really heavy into the skin chemistry, because I know that there's guys that wear this and they're like, I don't get anything feminine at all. You know, it gets really masculine on them. On me, this gets pretty feminine, and like right in the middle, it just leans a little bit more feminine. So don't be afraid to give this a shot. I don't think anybody would ever call you out saying, are you wearing a men's fragrance? It'll smell like a lady's perfume on your skin chemistry. Okay, so give this one a shot. I wish I had Black Opium here. But yeah, those are the top 10 fall fragrances that I would suggest if you want to smell amazing and you want to pull compliments. If you want to be more on the unique side, then, you know, go for the niche ones. The designer ones are already easy to like, but even the niche ones that I mentioned have the quality that a lot of people are gonna enjoy on you. All right, so have the best day. I'll be filming more. It's raining outside, but I'll see you later. Okay, bye.